brutal difference between a 10K business and a 100K business, and here's why most founders never actually make the jump and how to actually do it right. Now, Systems for Scaling has helped so far over 100 plus coach consultants and agency owners to actually scale their businesses. Overall, I get usually businesses around 10K to 50K. Now I also get sometimes like 100K businesses coming in and sometimes even more. But usually I have most coaches coming in at about 10K a month. They're doing 10K a month, right? And usually they want to get to 100K a month. And there's a huge gap to actually get to 100K. Right? So in this video, I want to break absolutely down everything for you. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, or a service provider and you want to get to 100K, I want you to understand what is the main difference between 10K business and a 100K business, because it's a huge actual difference. And this is why you should watch this video till the end. So when we get to the end, you are clearly understanding what needs to actually happen inside of your business in order for you to take it all the way to 100K. Because I have seen businesses are doing 10K, they get to 100K, it really feels like success, but the next month they're back to 50K, and the next month after the 50K they're back to 10K. Why? Because they don't take care of their actual systems. They don't design the business in a way where they can actually sustain the 100K. You know, one way to get to 100K is an awesome way, okay? But once you get to 100K, can you maintain 100K? That's the big question, right? It's easy to make money, but it's really hard to maintain money. And the same in business. It's easy to get, obviously it's not easy, but it takes time to get to $1 million a month. Once you get to $1 million a month, can you actually sustain $1 million a month, okay? If you get to 10K a month, can you sustain 10K? If you get to 100K, can you sustain 100K, right? So in this video, I want to give you the brutal difference between a 10K business and a 100K business. So watch this video to the end. I'm going to lay down absolutely everything what I have seen over 13 years of experience actually building and scaling businesses. I want to give you absolutely everything. What is the main differences between 10K and 100K business, okay? So what you will actually learn and why this is so important for you. If you're doing around 5 to 15K a month, you are in the hardest phase, okay? This is where most businesses actually die. So by end of this video, you will understand why 10K feels harder than actual zero, what actually changes at 100K, why hustle stops working, how systems replace stress. Number 5, what to build before you actually scale. And number 6, how serious founders cross the actual gap, okay? Because there's a huge gap and I want to walk you through it. Watch this video till the end, okay? So this isn't about motivation, this is about actual structure. Because once you understand the structure, once you understand the layers and you understand the infrastructure of each business, what actually a 100K business looks like and how you can, and how a sustainable 100K business looks like, it'll be really easy for you to understand what needs to happen inside of your business so you can make the jump as well, okay? So let me tell you actually a story. So I have 2 of my friends, right? 2 of them are actual founders. Both are really smart, intelligent guys. Both of them, I believe Nick finished college. Oh no, I think Nick finished college as well. So both really smart, really intelligent, right? Also at the same time around somewhere started the business as well. And both have really good offers, right? One stayed at 10K for 3 years and one hit 100K in 14 months, right? What's the difference? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not ads, it's actual design. One built a job and the other built an actual machine. And here's the truth that nobody actually tells you. A 10K business runs mostly on effort, okay? 90% effort, 80% effort. 100K business runs on actual systems, okay? So this is why sometimes if you, let's say, you have a 10K business, you run it on effort, right? You do most of it, like it's kind of, the business is depending on you. You may get to 100K, but there's no way, absolutely no way that you're going to sustain the 100K. I have seen business gets there, and because they got there by effort, and once they got to 100K, they just understood that effort is not going to make it. And they get back down to 50K, then 10K, and sometimes even they break the business itself. So at 10K, you are the actual engine, right? It's your energy that's driving the business forward. At 100K, you are the architect. And here, really you need to understand that your role has changed. Most founders never understand the change in actual roles. They still keep operating they still try to operate a 100K business like a 10K business. And that becomes a problem. And I can tell you, it's just a matter of time until they get back down to 10K and break. Usually you need to be smarter and bigger than your actual business. It's the same when you're receiving money. the money outgrows you, eventually your money will go down to the level where you are. And the same in a business. If you are a 10K operator and you luckily hit 100K 1 month, man, there's no way you're going to be near the 100K next month. And even if you make it, I can guarantee you 100%, by month 4, you'll be back on 50 and you're going to do a huge decline, okay? So 100K, you're an architect. You need to design systems, you need to understand the roles, you need to really be like a key player inside of your business. Not key player by effort, but key player of understanding like what are the right seats where you need to place the people, what are the systems you need, and who is responsible for what, okay? So, what a 10K business really looks like. I want to be honest. Most 10K businesses look like this. Founders does everything, no clear schedule, no real process, sales depend on the mood, leads are inconsistent, stress is constant. You are busy, but at the same time, you're really fragile, okay? If you stop, it stops as well. And if you don't stop, that's the only way your business keeps going, for you not stopping. If you stop at some point, business stops as well. It's like a paddling effect, right? You keep paddling, and once you stop, it stops as well. So what a 100K business really looks like, right? Now let's compare that. A 100K business usually have predictable lead flow, clear sales process, documented delivery, team support, weekly metrics, and calm decisions. It's not perfect, but it's stable. It's never to be perfect, but you need to make it stable, okay? Stability creates scale. Sometimes also I see a lot of businesses, a lot of coaches, consultants, agency owners, also service providers sometimes, yeah. They try to make everything perfect. Like, you're not going to get everything perfect, but what you need to do is you need to understand how to make, like, if you want to scale your business, how can you make your business actually scalable? Not perfect, but scalable. And then there's a big question, if you want to go beyond 100K, right? You may be watching this like, I want to go even beyond 100K. Awesome. Then you need to make your delivery, your fulfillment unbreakable and standardized so you can actually deliver. That's how you can scale. So let's keep moving. So the 5 brutal differences. Let's break this down clearly, right? So the first one is effort versus actual structure. 10K founder is like, I just need to work harder, I need to invest more energy, I need to get up earlier, I need to just hit it all day. A 100K founder is just like, I need better systems, right? At 10K, like effort can work. At 100K, effort will actually break you. So number 2, random sales versus design sales. 10K, random DMs, random posts, random wins. 100K, funnel, qualification, sales flow. Okay, sales are totally designed and they're not hoped for. At 100K, you are kind of an architecting entire funnel. You have the qualification, you have a sales flow, you have all the follow-ups, you have all the sequences, tagging, you know who's opting in, what's happening when they opt in. Like, that's kind of all understood. So the third one is memory versus documentation. At 10K, I remember how we do this. That's what I used to say. Like, I remember how we do this. I remember this. Let me think about like what did I actually did for the last client. Oh yeah, I remember that I did that for the last client. So now I keep doing this for this client, right? And like, hey, listen, at 10K it works. And I've seen a lot of coaches like kind of winging it. They kind of wing it as they go. And sometimes, listen, it works, right? But also comes time where it stops working. And listen, if you want to get to 100K, that definitely is not going to work. You can't wing your way through 100K. It's all written down, it's systemized, and probably at 100K, you're starting to plan about SOPs as well, system operating protocols, okay? Memory doesn't scale, documents do, okay? Documentation can really scale because it's standardized. You have standard inside of the business. Without the standard documentation, without standard recordings, without standard actual systemization, business can't, excuse my language, fucking scale, okay? So number 4, reaction versus control. At 10K, you're always reacting. Something happens, you react. At 100K, you're always reviewing. So the difference is the 10K founders fight fires and 100K founders prevent them. Then 5th, emotion versus data. At 10K, I feel like this is going to be the thing that I need to do. This is working or this is not working. So everything is based on your emotions and feelings. At 100K, this can really break you. So it's like, I know it's working because you have actual data. Like, feeling lie or numbers don't, okay? Like, feelings really lie, and when you feel something, it could really lie to you because there's no comprehension of why does it really work and why it doesn't, because you're just like, hey, I feel that this is going to work. But when you look at 100K businesses, like a good 100K business, you look at data and you're like, hey, this is currently working because the data is showing me feedback and giving me feedback and signaling that it's actually currently working, okay? because numbers will never lie to you. They tell you the truth. So why most business owners get stuck at 10K? And here's why. They confuse and think that activity equals progress. And that's the biggest lie. It doesn't. You can be busy and also broke at the same time. You can be tired and actually stuck. Without systems, it's like more effort equals pain. So the 10K and 100K bridge framework. So this is what you got in here. Watch this video to the end. Let's get to the good part. So if you want to cross the gap, build this in this order, okay? So step one, clarity. You must know who you serve, what you sell, and why does it work. No clarity, no scale. Step two, diagnosis, okay? Ask every month, where is the bottleneck? Is it leads, sales, delivery, or time? Fix one thing at a time. Don't try to fix everything. I've seen many coach consultants agencies, they try to kind of fix everything. Hey, my leads are not working, I need to fix the leads and the sales at the same time, let me do the sales. And then it's like delivery, and it's like, hey, which thing actually didn't work in your business? I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to fix everything. And sometimes it's like you're not getting enough leads inside of the business, and they already are thinking about, hey, I need to actually take care of my sales process. But like first thing you need to take care of is your actual leads, not sales process, because leads and sales are two completely different things. If you have no leads coming in, I don't think you need to take care of the actual sales. And even if you have, let's say, something, delivery is broken, then you need to focus on delivery, right? If your leads are broken, then you only focus on leads. Don't try to diagnose each thing and then look at each thing differently and start to do everything. Try to do just one thing and one thing and only one thing, okay? So again, fix one thing at a time. Step three, system design, right? Turn chaos into actual flow. Lead systems, sales scripts, onboarding process, delivery checklist. This removes actual dependency. And then step four, feedback control. Leads, calls, close rate, retention, and margins. Like feedback control comes all from your actual data. Do you have actual raw data that you can actually look every single week? If not, you're executing your business emotionally, and I can probably guess you're somewhere around 10, 50K maybe, okay? Some of you even maybe 60 pushing it. But like, let me tell you, let me be honest with you. If you really want to be savvy business owner, data is a key. Right? No big business ever was built without data. Okay, so this needs to be done weekly and no guessing. So the biggest mindset shift, and this really matters. At 10K, you think, how do I make more? How can I do more? And how can I earn more? At 100K, you think, how do I make this repeatable? That's all. Repeatability equals freedom, because if you can repeat something, then you can also scale something. If you can repeat it, you don't know what you are scaling, because you don't have a repeatable, reliable, consistent system inside of your business. You need a consistent, reliable system inside of your business in order for you to actually scale it. So a couple of real examples that I want to give you, personal examples. So a coach at 12K a month did 30 calls, 6 closes, burnt really out. And I mean like really burnt out, because he did 30 calls and these calls were, some of them did show up, some of them didn't show up, but he was like kind of doing everything. So what we did, we actually built him a qualification process, sales flow, and delivery system. 6 months later, the guy is closing 15 calls coming in, 7 closes. 80K a month, less stress, same person, new system, okay? Because like over here, over these numbers, like, let me just highlight that, alright, so you're on the same page as me. So, I'll coach at 12K a month. He was having 30 calls, mostly DMs, right? He had DM setters coming in, had some DM setters coming in, booking calls. Some of those calls that were booked in were not actually qualified. So he was spending time with unqualified leads. Then some of the calls that did book in didn't show up. So there's a lot of inconsistencies in all of that. Also, like the way he's selling also was a little bit off the grid, because he was like kind of sometimes free flowing, like free spitting. And then, yeah, 30 calls, 6 closes. At the end of the day, like even his majority went into actually getting leads. So he would sometimes help actual appointment setters. But he would be basically burnt out just by getting the actual leads in. There's no qualification, spending all his time, and then also he has to fulfill, right? We simply just did a couple things. There's not much we did. We did qualification. We did much better qualification for him, qualify him, put some layers in there. So yeah, helped him to basically get a better quality of leads coming onto the actual calls. Sales flow, increased sales flow, and delivery system. We helped him with delivery because it was mostly like one-on-one, which was not good. So we helped him to actually systemize that as well. If you are asking like, how did you do it? We documented some documents that he already had. We also did some Google Forms for him, so actually you can fill it in. We did also a welcoming email for him, so you can actually send a welcoming email. And we also did a little roadmap that he can send and explain to our actual clients what the next steps are. That was all done by Loom. And then all this system and the steps are already explained on the Loom. So there's not much need to jump on an actual call, okay? So same person, new system. So why ads don't save 10K businesses? This is important. Running ads without systems is like pouring water into leaky actual bucket. Fix the bucket first, then actual scale. So what you should focus on right now, if you're under 20K a month, stop chasing more tactics, more gurus, and more hacks. Start building a structure, clarity, and actual process. And that's the path. The wisdom most business owners learn too late. Growth is not about speed, it's about stability. Fast plus fragile equals collapse. Slow plus solid equals domination. 10K proves you can sail, 100K proves you can actually lead. Crossing that gap means becoming a different operator, not harder actual worker. Currently, if you are at 10K, you really want to scale your business, need the right structures, need the right systems. We offer a totally 100% free diagnostic call. You can jump with either with one of my teammates, or sometimes even I take these calls. Potentially could be that we meet on this call. It's not a sales call. It's not a sales pitch. Nothing to actually sell you. I just want to actually help you to diagnose your business. Once your business gets diagnosed, you will know exactly what systems need to be installed, what are your actual weaknesses, and what you need to focus on in order for you to actually scale your business. Now, we don't work with everybody, but if you ask us a question like, can you do this for me? Like, can you scale my business? We potentially can look at opportunities and probabilities of working together. We don't, just want to make clear, if you book that call in, we don't work with everyone. Just want to let you know that, okay? Because we want to maintain our success rate. Now, with that being said, if you really enjoy this video, it helps you to get a lot of actual value from it, please do like it. Comment on it as well if you want me to make another piece of content, maybe related to your business specifically. Another thing, please subscribe to my channel. You're gonna help me with an algorithm, and really gonna help me to grow my business out as well on YouTube, so I can actually give more people better actual business tips, walk them through different insights, give them my 13 years of experience in building and scaling businesses, and help them to actually scale their business, diagnose their business, and better understand their businesses. So please subscribe, like it, comment it, and I see you in my next video.